The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation. We got no relation. I have come before losing my control.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Night Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. What a hot and humid day today. It's supposed to rain, but you know what? It never rains in Pittsburgh. But when it rains, it pours. Yes. Hello there, Miss Kara, Kevin, Cindy, everybody else that is tuning in to my show tonight on UPRN Talk Radio. I want to thank UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans, for allowing me to give you two shows a week, Sunday nights, that is 8:10 to 10:10 p.m. Eastern, and Tuesday nights from 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. So always remember now, my Sunday shows, hey Clint, now my Sunday shows are actually 2 hours long, which is great because I love 2 hours. But, you know, has people been like going through some weird shit lately? Oh, before I go on, Miss C.L. Thomas, the Gateway Podcast, her show is on right after mine on this same wonderful platform here. So right after my show, please go over, give her some love, tell her I sent you, and she has a great show tonight. But back to my show tonight, okay? Has anybody been like have some weird shit happening to them? Seriously, I'd like to know. Anybody like massive major headaches? Major pain in the solar plex. What else? Is like too tired to go out and do things. Very mundane. Anybody? Because I'll tell you why I couldn't figure it out, until, I was searching some things on TikTok tonight, or during the week. And there's a major shift going on through everybody. And I don't quite understanding what that shift is. So if anybody out there in the chat could tell me what's going on. Kevin says the moon is filling up with feeling shitty lately. Indeed. Hearing my name being called a lot. Okay, great. I hear my name being called a lot. I have experiencing a lot of shadow people too. And usually when I experience a lot of shadow people is around Halloween. Okay. When the veil is supposed to be thin. But I don't know. Hey, Mark Eddie, good to see you. But here's my my theory, okay? With all kinds of bullshit going on out there in the world today, the see, as you can tell, Shifty Sean, nice shitty. Oh, okay, Kevin, thanks for making it right. Okay, it looked like shitty where I'm coming from right here. My ring light has been like going from low to high. Everything just seems to be off. And if I'm wondering if that's happening to anybody else. Like last night, even though we're in the half moon phase, it was really, really pretty yesterday, last night. But when I walked outside into my backyard, I happened to get this feeling of uneasiness. And I really don't feel that much uneasiness, at all lately until this last couple weeks. Okay. And so I Googled it, but I couldn't find what I was looking for on that, on what was going on until, I was trying, are we going through different freaking time zones? Hey, Heidi. There's a girl that should know what's going on. Good to see you. Heidi, what I was talking about, I don't know if you caught any of it, but there seem to be some real strange occurrences going on out there in the world. Oh, there goes my ring light again. I'm sure you guys can see it on this camera. Kevin says, "Hey Michelle." Kevin says something is coming. Feels like LOL. It's no LOL, dude. There is something coming down the pike, and it's affecting a lot of people. I have been having massive freaking headaches the last. Heidi says the vibe, yes, the energy, yes, and she has felt something all day. But this has been happening the last couple of weeks, Heidi. Okay, it just seems like I'm just getting these massive headaches, like other people are getting massive headaches. I'm getting a lot of pain in the solar plexus, just like everybody else is, you know. And like I was telling the people before you came in, Clint says, good show. What you're saying is right. Thank you, Clint. And like last night, I went out in my yard, this half moon stage, and I walked out, and I felt the weirdest energy in the whole wide world. Real weird. Michelle says something's going on West Coast. We have chemical fire and oil spill in California, and Washington State has a chemical spill. Heidi says that she has headaches too, migraines, and I can't sleep. Yes, the nervous stomach feeling too. The butterfly, I guess, if you want to call them that. But does anyone have any idea what is happening? Now, I know it's not just me experiencing a lot of this stuff. It isn't. I know that there's a lot of about a lot of everything happening all over, and not just in the United States, but all over the world. And I can't put my finger on it. I just want to know what the hell's happening. Is the old me leaving my body? Is our old selves leaving, and is a new one popping in? Is there a new reality or a new realm coming in? Where we're at. Tim Vogel, good to see you. Thank you for popping in. I believe there's a new realm coming in, a new reality. Heidi says a S1 and 2 minutes ago we hit a KP4. I don't know what that means, honey. But I don't know. Do we need to buckle our seatbelts and hold on for the ride? Or do we just accept what is happening and continue doing life? What is it? What do we do? How do we protect ourselves from this? How do we deal with it? That's another question. It's just a really weird, unsettling vibe. My granddad said, "Old." It's true. Man, I don't know, something wrong with my ring light. This is crazy. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. So what do you think, everybody? What do you think it is? Like I was explaining a little earlier, higher solar activity. Well, if there was higher solar activity, why is it that people like me and others are feeling weird? Why are it's like we're not used to what's happening to us now? Heidi says everything looks so green suddenly here. Not where I'm at. No. The only time it looks green here is when it rains. To be honest with you. But nobody kind of knows what what do we do? It's so confusing to understand what is actually happening. I hate headaches. I very rarely do get headaches. But I've been having a shitload of headaches. And I just would like to know what's going on. I don't know, the way the world's going on now, could be anything. It could be that the veil is completely down now, that there is no veil between our world and spirit world. Are we making that transition to spirit world? Huh? Seriously. With the veil being done, I'll repeat that. Are we going into the spirit world? And there's a spirit world coming here without no veil. Heidi says timeline shifts and interdimensional beings. Okay, interdimensional beings, of course, which are ghosts, which are spirits, could be aliens. And Kara lost track of time. Heidi lost track of time. Yeah, the veil is gone. I really believe that, Heidi. The veil is gone. That's why there are so many damn shadow people running around. That's why everybody is getting their name being called from people that is not there. Not okay, she says not all interdimensional beings are ghosts. Could be aliens. It could be something out there in one of those dimensions where nobody knows a damn thing about. So what do we do? Accept it? Or do we deal with it? Or do we run for the hills? Or hide in our bedrooms under our covers, wanting it all to go away? Heidi says all energies, but I believe some aren't. Yeah, like aliens or who knows what. True. There are, God only knows what's out there. I guess you know what? Well, Kevin says he likes green leaves and all kinds of other stuff. But we just work with it. Well, I know you'd never hide, Heidi. My God, you'd take on, the mother fleet of all aliens if you had to. It's funny. But yeah. Speaking of aliens, okay, maybe speaking of aliens, how did everybody enjoy the show Sunday night? Huh? I enjoy it. I think Joe and Jay did a wonderful job. But if you want to know how I feel about UFOs and aliens, I have seen a UFO, but I have not seen any aliens yet. You know? Thank you, Christy. Good to see you, hon. Michelle said it was great. Heidi loved it. But I have never met an alien before. Never did. I see pictures. I listen to the guys who know what they're talking about. Kevin says, love you three together. Very entertaining and informative. Thank you. Thank you, Double X Large. But I have to see it to believe it. I literally need to see an alien walk out a spaceship, come directly up to me, and shake my hand. Then I'll know that aliens exist. But I could never, ever, ever doubt what, you know, the people who know what they're talking about. I've never non-talked them, you know. It's not so much about their thought. Well, to verify your own thoughts, yeah, I can see that. But I need to shake hands with one. Michelle says her friend on TikTok drops all the disclosure documents and it is behind amazing information. I mean, people can just put out all the information in the world. Now, I'll tell you about the UFO I did see. Okay, I did see a UFO. I was going to work and I was going down Scott Road and I saw this thing, this huge, huge thing up in the air right above this house. And it looked like the Starship Enterprise. Remember from Star Trek? Oh, don't get me on Star Trek. Oh, no, 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 no. But I saw this thing, and it had red, white, yellow, all green lights, all kinds of lights. And it was huge. So I figured, hey, I might as well go down to the next block, make a left, pull on the side, and check it out even right there. And it'll be there. And I did and went down to the next street, made a left, and it was gone. So for me, that to believe that UFOs exist, yes, they do. Heidi says, I believe just personally that my star family or even ancestors that have passed do exactly show themselves to me in detail as I might freak out. I thought about that when I've seen what I believe are aliens or star family. Chrissy says, good thing Jay isn't if it was like the Enterprise. Oh, I already mentioned that to him, Christy, many a times. I told him that. And he just shakes his head. I'm like, no Star Treks tonight. No, 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 no. That's for Friday and Saturday nights for Star Trek. But UFOs do exist. I saw them. But when it comes down to the aliens, I have to see it with my own two eyes. Not so much coming up and shaking my hand, but just to see him walking out of the ship. And my question to you, everybody, right now, what would you do if an alien came up to you? What would you do? Seriously. I'd extend my hand and say, welcome. I'll probably be jolted for like 150,000 volts, but who knows? Maybe I might be taken aboard the ship. You know, and like Joe says, like with Jay, they'll probe me, man. They'll probe me. No, but that's a joke between Joe and Jay and me. But I have to see it to believe it. Now, when I started ghost hunting. I believed there were ghosts, but I wasn't sure. So I took the approach: I have to see it to believe it. And then I definitely saw a spirit. I saw a ghost, and it walked right in front of me. And I'm like, okay, they do exist. Kevin says, yes, Heidi, agree. They show small amounts of non-human. I missed it. Heidi said that she would freeze and be in awe. Okay. Kara said, try to talk to them telepathically with hand or something. I'm not scared. I would say, welcome to A&W. What would you like today? Kevin. But Chrissy Bailey says, I think I have encountered. Originally, I thought it was a paranormal experience. Then after learning more from Joe, I think it was an encounter. But, okay, so, telepathy, you're talking to an alien. But here's the only thing, I'm not against it, but as well as I know, there's a lot of people don't believe what they're hearing. And they always don't. So if this alien comes up and said, hi, my name is Schmoes. Schmoes the alien. Now, you heard that in your brain. Would you believe it? Would you believe it that alien was talking to you? Of course you would. And of course you wouldn't, because you would doubt yourself. And you'd probably run away. And that's okay if you run away. But I wouldn't run away. I would like to find out more. But I think it would be a very, very neat experience to actually meet an alien. I really do. It is at the bottom of the hour. It's 8:31 p.m. Eastern. And it is time for that break. And so I'm going to take a break. And we'll see you back in a couple minutes.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Hi, and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. This is my Tuesday night show from 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. Eastern on UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi. and 107.7 New Orleans. So, and don't forget, Miss C.L. Thomas, her podcast, the Gateway Podcast, will be coming on right after mine. I do believe it's like 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:15 California time. So, please, after, hey, thank you, Heidi. Bach, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. Joni McGillick, thank you for popping in. It is so good to see you. And Heidi says, welcome back. And well, and there she is, the woman of the next hour, Miss C.L. Thomas, man. There she is. And my StreamYard is all screwed up now. Okay. But we're good to go now. So, in the first half of the show, we were talking about all kinds of strange shit happening to everybody and me. I mean, I'm getting headaches like everybody else and having a lot of pain in the solar plexus. So what the hell is going on? When is your Sunday night show? Sunday night, 8:10 to 10:10 p.m. Eastern. But I don't know. There's just a lot of strange stuff happening. Okay. And the solar plexus hurting, headaches, things are off, things are different. A ton of shadow people appearing. All kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm just wondering if we are going into a new dimension or if we go into another area in space or whatever. I don't know. And then we ended up talking about UFOs and aliens. Okay, because Sunday Night Show was the best. It was a very good show with Joe and Jay, my two buds. And yes, how would you react to meeting an alien? Yes, well, what would you guys do if you met an alien? I would shake its hand. I wouldn't talk to it telepathy. I'd just shake its hand. Heidi says, honestly, I used to be very comfortable chit-chatting with spirits, but in the last year, I backed off. And that's a good thing, you know. Chit-chatting with spirits, you know, at one point in time was okay, like you did say, Heidi. But you know what? Not no more. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. And then I just back away. Kevin said, that is what I'm going on about. Okay. But, so, what would you do if you met an alien? I would shake its hand. That's the only way I know aliens exist. I know UFOs exist, but aliens, and speaking of UFOs, right? Check this crap out. So today I went over to the VA hospital and I had to get an MRI done. Now, has anybody ever experienced an MRI? That's where they put you in this small tube and it makes weird noises. Well, I had one of them today. But here's a secret, and I need to tell you, everybody. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Whenever you go in for another MRI, what I do is I ask them to put a washcloth on my eyes. Okay. They put a washcloth. I found out because I had like 4 of them already. And I put a washcloth on my eyes. And it really, really helps because you don't actually see the machine because it is claustrophobic, man. Yeah, make a beat out of those noises. I'm telling you what, dude, Heidi, they were making some noise, and some of them noises I thought I was going up on a UFO ship. No shit. It was creepy, you know, and then they tell you to hold your breath for about a minute and a half and make all these bad noises, and I don't know. So if you ever have an MRI done, the secret is they tell them to put a washcloth or some kind of cloth over your eyes. And you'll be surprised how nice and easy and relaxing it is. I don't know, Heidi, if they let you listen to music or not, but they turned into my favorite radio station, which was pretty cool. help me relax. But I just wanted to share the MRI experience with all the freaking knocking, the bells ringing. You know, to me, it sounded like a freaking UFO. It was crazy. Kevin says that he can probably see the imposters, and I do too. I do too. But where my mental thing is right now with me, I have no strength. I have to actually put out there to protect myself or to protect people. And so I just kind of like back off. I call out Lakota, my wolf. Okay. And then he takes care of the situation. But I have a question about that too. And a lot of people have brought up this to me. Okay. Is it possible that your totem, your animal totem, could actually be a part of you? Even though you've been saying, and I'll give you an example, I'll use myself for an example. Okay, I'm not afraid of that. And this is a true example. Okay. My spirit animal is a wolf, and his name is Lakota, right? And I've had him for a very, very long time. He's mean, he's nasty, he's big, and he kicks ass. Right? But my question is, okay, is that I have worked with Lakota for so long that did Lakota become part of me? Did he become a part of me? And when I send Lakota out to protect people, am I going out, am I doing an out-of-body experience, an OBE? Christy says, yes, I think we have the same characteristics. Okay, cool. Because a lot of people have come up to me and said, they think that Lakota is this part of me now. Kevin says, that is smart, Sean. You know when to withdraw. Withdraw the characteristics of the animal tapped into its energy, and yes, we can meld with it. Okay. Yeah, I believe it is. Now, I have no doubt in my mind that Lakota, my wolf, is a wolf. There's no doubt about it. But when it comes down to the serious situation, the serious things of helping people, getting rid of spirits, doing whatever. Oh, Kara's on the phone. Okay. I think so too. Heidi agrees. Thank you. But it's true. And you know what? I'm okay with it. Right? I'm okay with it. If it's what I'm supposed to do, if that's what Lakota is supposed to do, okay. Something about birds. I'll tell you about the birds. My brother put up 4 bird feeders in the backyard. It was so cute. Now, our neighbor has a fence, chain link fence, okay? And then our neighbors across the alley have a wooden fence. Yours is an owl. That's cool. A barn owl. Okay, cool. Now, CL, I'm going to ask you this question. Since yours is an owl, is the owl part of you? Is the owl part of you? Even though it's your guide, but do you sometimes intermingle or sometimes meld together? Maybe. Okay, cool. Because owls can see at night. Christie's is a spider. And CL says it shows up everywhere she goes. Christy, do you feel like that spider is part of you? And I'm not funny when I ask you this, Christy. I'm like, do you make a web to trap things, to capture, or to capture the bad thoughts and and release them into the other worlds. Kevin says, I have done the eagle cry to send out a spell, heard the cry at first in my head, and then felt I was flying toward the sun. Looked to my left and the wings, and also happened to me on the astral plane. Okay, Christy, thank you. Christy says, yes, I do. I believe I leave the future. Cool. This is great. I love this. And Kevin says, where he transformed into animals. Save animal? You're typing too fast, Kev. You got to slow down. I'm joking with you. But no, okay, good. Well, it's good to hear what other people are saying, how they feel connected with their animal totem guide, with their animal spirit guide, and how they are together, just like me and Lakota is. So I feel pretty good about it. I'm glad I brought that up because I believe it's true. Kevin says that he visualizes his snake energy and sees green light spread through a room. I have cleared out a room at the mall once. Oh my gosh. Can imagine all the energy there, Kevin. Now since everybody is on the same paragraph or on the same timeline with their spirit guides, okay? And their animal guides. How about auras? Has anyone ever seen their aura? And if you did see your aura, how did you see it? My very dear, dear, dear friend Lisa Cart, she saw in me teal, a blue teal, turquoise. Okay. Does anybody know what theirs are? Did somebody have to go to a reader or somebody who sees auras for them to tell you what you are, what your aura is? Do you believe in your auras? Do you believe they exist? Or do you think it's just something that just surrounds you? And I know auras are energies, but why do they have different colors? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm happy with my blue teal and turquoise one. I mean, that's pretty cool. But has anybody else had their auras read? Or has anybody else seen their auras? Or another good question we can ask is, did anybody see auras on other people? Christy says, I see spiders right before waking up. I also very much relate to Arcanine, I can't pronounce that, who was turned into a spider by Athena, the Greek goddess. Interesting. Kevin says, I see it in others at times. Usually it takes some effort, like reading the person for me. Okay. Now, Christy, I have some interesting information for you about spiders. And I've worked doing healing. I worked with the animal's healing spider. And his name, the name they give the healing spider, is called Ikomi. Itkomi. Ikomi. Look Ikomi up. And I used the healing spider. I'm not going to tell you how I did it because it'll probably, scratch me from the show here. But I use it. I used it a lot of times. I have 2 of them. Chrissy says, I can't see auras, but I believe they exist. Okay. Has anybody ever been in tune where they want to see the aura? And another question that I want to throw in there on this aura thing. Okay. Is it possible that your aura can change when you're in different situations? I believe it can happen. I mean, if you have a good aura and all of a sudden someone pisses you off, you know what? I bet that beautiful aura you have kind of like turns dark and black. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do a show on auras. Christy says, I will. I have also been attuned in Reiki with a tarantula. That's cool. Heidi says, I can see auras, and yes, the aura changes. The wider aura changes, Heidi, is it because of the different situations that they are in, the person? Could the aura be angry? I seriously need to find somebody who does aura readings who knows a little bit more, because I find it very, very fascinating. Okay, Heidi says, just like energy readings, those are the moment. Okay. But we are at 8:50 p.m. And you know what? I think I'll do a little mini reading for y'all. Okay, if you'd like that. I'll pull 3 or 4 cards and see where it takes us. Okay. But I mean, it was an interesting show tonight. Okay, it was an interesting show. I really enjoyed it. We went around the world basically on different topics. Oh, okay. Kevin says, yes, I have seen other auras change depending on person's mood and mind and state. And Heidi says, frequencies. What are you vibrating at that moment? Okay. And one day we're going to have a frequency show. We're going to have a nice frequency show, and then we're going to have an aura show. So I'll have to find somebody. Or where are you? Huh, interesting. Well, you know what, everybody? It's time to pull the cards. Okay. We got about, 7 minutes left of the show? Maybe a little bit over. So I figure I'd just pull some cards. I hope everybody got something out of it tonight. I know I sure did. And what really helped me out the most was when we talked about the spirit, animal spirit, how we can be one with our spirit animal. Pretty interesting. So here we go. I'm shuffling the cards, right? And here we go. And what I highly suggest, everybody, okay, is that you write down the animals and try to and just Google what they mean spiritually, and maybe you can come up with your own reading after you hear mine. Because Joe Fox, good to see you, buddy. I'm sorry that you get news. I'm sorry, Joe. It's okay, but you're here. That's all that matters, my friend. That's all that matters. Love and all the chit chats. Thank you, Sean. Oh, you're welcome. Cindy Mitch says she always enjoyed the cards. That's cool. A lot of people enjoy. I enjoy doing it. So I'm shuffling them. And then when I do the cards, if Joe's up to it, if he can, if he can't, that's okay. I got a dolphin, a butterfly, and a cobra. Interesting. Thank you, Kevin. So the very first card, while I shuffle, and I'm going to break them. Okay, so when I do my readings, okay, they got a book like this that tells all the definitions and all the different meanings behind it. Okay, and I don't go by that. When I pick the card, I see what the card's all about in my brain. Well, I miss you too, brother, and so do the listeners. But you're here, and that's all that matters right now, my friend. Now, I always got Sunday night, 2-hour show, Mr. Fox. But the first card I'm pulling is the dog. Okay? Now, this is like the one behind. And to me, a dog is a happy dog. Okay? A dog is a very loyal. And so what you have been in the past is that you've been loyal to a lot of people. And for some reason, it seems like you want to not be so loyal, okay? You give yourself to other people 100%. And that's why the dog is there. And also the dog's the protectors too. As you're being loyal, you are protecting the ones that you love. Okay? So, figure we come in with the deer. This is a very happy reading so far. Now we got the deer. Okay. And the deer, to me, when I look at the deer, is family. Quiet, peaceful. Um, the doe tagging along with her two fawns. The buck going that and rubbing his antlers against the trees and doing what he has to do to survive. But it's all about family. So with the dog, that you're loyal to the family, to the people that you love, okay? And you're protecting the deer, which is your family. So this is pretty cool. So a lot of people out there might be in this situation, where they are protecting their family. But because you're loyal to them, it doesn't have to be your family, okay? But it could also be very, very close friends. You know what I mean? It can be close friends. Now, the third card I pulled, oh, dudettes, man, check this out. This is like one hell of a reading. So, you got the dolphin. You got the dog in the past where you're loyal. And you're loyal to your family, protecting your family, which to me, when I look at the card, is the deer. Now, the future is the eagle. That's like top dog card, the eagle. And what the eagle does is he takes and he just watches over everything. And see, to me, when I look at this eagle, the person that this is for, okay, or for everybody, whatever, this eagle is like your angel. It's your guardian angel, keeping an eye on you, protecting your family with the dog, and, also being loyal to your family. It's crazy. The dog's loyal and protects. It protects the deer. The deer is the family. And now the eagle is looking over the deer and you and says, you know what? This guy's not a bad dude. The dog we're talking about. Okay, so the eagle's looking over. And to me, when I look at that eagle and when I feel about that eagle, it's an angel. It's an angel that is watching over you and protecting you, the dog. Not so much protecting the family. The eagle sees the dog, the loyal, and the protector. And it's like that, your guardian angel, the eagle, is going to give you a blessing. Do we know what the blessing is? We do not know. But that's what I see so far. Kevin says the eagle is his primary first totem. I agree, Sean, all seen. And now we'll draw the last card. The skunk. The skunk. And it worked out so great, okay? Because the skunk doesn't mess with anybody, okay? It goes along and it eats grubs. It's by itself. Very relaxes when I see that skunk card, okay? It's just like a very mellow animal. So with your guardian angel is the eagle, there's this skunk. And you're just like, okay, the skunk is saying, I know I'm safe. And I can do what I love to do. As go around and eat. Carolyn skunk, yeah. And then, what the hell, we'll draw one more. This is a powerful reading tonight. And then you got the hummingbird, who's always hungry, but is always safe, is always free, and always taking in sugar. And to me, the sugar water. So, that hummingbird's like drinking up that sugar water, which is sweetness. And going off and flying around and zipping back. You ever see them little suckers, man? They're nuts. They're crazy. Fly by your face and stuff. You think they're like little Martians or something like that. But no. Whenever the guardian angel, the eagle, gives you protection, the dog, the loyal, the protector, you come up with the skunk, and the skunk is just peaceful, playing around and eating. Nothing negative about that card. Nothing. And with the hummingbird, you're just doing your own thing. So tonight's reading, what it comes down to is protecting your family. Because family is number one. Family is a deer. But that's all the time we have for now. Don't forget, Miss C.L. Thomas, her show, the Gateway Podcast, is coming on board right after mine. And like I said, please go over there, give her a hug, and tell her I said hello, and enjoy her show tonight. Children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, tell them that you love them. And parents, please, please go to your children. Give them a hug and tell them how much you love them. And if you have no parents and if you have no children, find someone, give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And remember, please, protect the children. And on that note, good night, everybody. Have a nice week. And we'll see you next Sunday night, 8:10.